So, hello and welcome to another English video of mine. Let me adjust the tripod here a little bit. Today we're gonna look at this old beast. It is a Nordmende Video V100. This is a 1983 top loader VCR, and I actually have this VCR since over 1.5 years now, and I bought it at a flea market, again over 1.5 years ago. And apparently it was supposed to work. Well, I assume it was supposed to work like 10 years ago, because when I got home it didn't work. And I paid €8 for this, so it was pretty cheap, but you know, having a big old VCR that can't do anything is still not too terribly cool. But yeah, I think about 2 months ago I just was really bored, and I took it apart and saw what was inside and took it apart, and I actually have tried to repair it several times before. I never knew what exactly to do and what was going on, but yeah, I think in total I did spend probably 24 hours working on this thing. It's a lot of time, but I finally got it working. And it turns out the belt for the loading of the tape was worn out. The belt that loads the tape around the head. Now it still has that belt. I did a rather not so good fix to fix it, but it works. It works. Don't do what I did, so I'm not going to tell you what I did, but it works. It works. And yeah, so all the belts in this thing are actually still good, except for that one belt. So I have a little bit of a feeling that maybe VCR, which was the maker of this VCR, did that on purpose. That they used bad material for that belt. Because all the other belts are like totally good, and that was really a thing from VCR belts of the time. They used really good, really high quality belts. So, yeah. This is a Nordmende. This is rebranded. Now I can tell that this is a VHS machine of the time, because if you look at the exact, yeah, no money spent on dampening. That was kind of why, one of the reasons why VHS took off, because they, for example, Sony would have made this a dampened mechanism, and VCR didn't. But with that, they could save a bit of money. And the average consumer wanting a VCR, which could, by buying a VCR that didn't have a soft eject, which could save a bit of money with that, would have probably actually bought this one. So that's one of the reasons why VHS took off. But yeah, you can definitely tell it's an early VHS machine by that. And yeah, so let's have a look around it. I'm going to take you off of my tripod here. So the big button is the eject button. Yeah, Nordmende Video V100. Pause, audio dubbing, record, rewind, play, fast forward, stop. With audio dubbing, it's kind of an unusual feature. You can dub over the audio that's on a recording on here. I don't find that feature to be very interesting, but you can do it. Here's a microphone input for that. And it does have a subtle search, which was pretty advanced for VCRs of the time. That when you were in play mode, you could rewind or fast forward and see where you were going. So that is actually pretty high tech for the time. And then here is the counter, which I broke the belt for the counter. I broke that because I wasn't really clever, and yeah, so that got broken then. Here we have the programs from the tuner. So these are different presets you can have. They have green LEDs behind them. And then here's the adjustment for the clock. So you hold down clock, and then you can adjust the clock with the hour and minute. Then this is for the timer, so you press start, and then you can adjust when a recording is supposed to start, and then when a recording is supposed to stop. You can see that? So that's start time, that's start time, that's stop time. And yeah, and day you can choose when it's supposed to record. 0 is today, 1 is the day after today. 2, well, yeah, it's tomorrow. Well, 1 is tomorrow, 2 is the day after tomorrow, and it goes on like that. And you can record up to 9 days ahead. I don't think this time I can record several events. However, I do not know what the serial thing is supposed to be. Oh, maybe you can record several times with this. I don't know. I don't want to break it. I don't want this thing to... Oh well, I always turn it off when I don't use it, so I wouldn't have to worry about it turning on in the middle of the night. I once had a Panasonic VCR and I messed around with it, and I must have turned on some timer, and at 0... not at 0, I think at 3 o'clock in the morning, the thing just turned itself on, realized there was no tape inside, and then beeped at me, and I was like, what the hell? Has the VCR gone crazy? But no, I just must have activated some timer or something. But yeah, then I would keep all of my Windows electronics unplugged when they're not in use, for several reasons. Here's the power switch. You have off, on, and the timer mode. Microphone input, remote. This does have this could have a wired remote. Aux TV switch in between the TV, tuner, and aux input on the back, and the tracking knob. Now let me get up, because I'm lazy and I sit down. Let's have a look at the back of this thing. So, you have a voltage selector right there, and a power on. And you might say, well, it's switched to off. Yes, I don't know why. If you switch it to off, it turns on. If you switch it to on, it turns off. So that's kind of weird. Then you have your antenna input, antenna output. You have a remote pause, an audio jack. I don't know if that's only to put out to an external stereo system or to do audio dubbing with or whatever. This is a mono VCR, so it kind of surprises me that they would have done that. You have a color, black and white, and Sano set. I'll come to that later. And a really weird DIN jack that I've literally have found no information of at all on the internet. Because the DIN jack that succeeded was the SCART jack, and I absolutely love that connector, but I don't know what this weird one is all about. And then, actually, there's the nameplate. 46 watts maximum, which is insane, considering the Panasonic VCR was a really high-end VCR of the time, and I think that one only used like 36 watts. And this thing basically doesn't do anything, and uses 46 watts. But anyway, let's go to demonstrate. I'm going to turn it on here. Next, I'm going to put it right back on the tripod. So, hold on for a second. Hope this video is somewhat decent. But yeah, I'm going to pop in the tape here, turn it on. You can hear relay click inside and see the little end of tape light bulb in there illuminate. And I'm going to rewind a little bit. You can see it moves in there. I'm going to fast forward. And I'm just going to let it fast forward for a second. And here you can see the green LEDs and the tuner. And again, I have nothing hooked up to that, so I can't demonstrate it. And yeah, behind this flap right here are the tuner controls. Here, with these you can adjust the channel of which you want your preset to be, and here is the channel range, and you have automatic frequency control. And yeah, so let's hit play. And there we go. And here is our video, and this tripod is absolutely not wanting to work today. There's my TV. This is back for my holiday in Greece in 2018. And if you could go to the bathroom there real quick and actually show us some more interesting stuff. Yeah, this is myself. There you go, you got a parking lot there. The colors aren't the best on this thing, but the image quality itself is really, really good. So that is pretty cool. The image, not pretty cool, but yeah, the image quality is really quite good on this thing. And now I'm gonna switch it to black and white, which this makes it black and white, because in 1983 quite a few people still had black and white TVs, so you could switch it to black and white. And then this is a test, and this is for you to find the VCR and to perfectly adjust the tuning. Yeah, there's a lot of water coming out of there, huh? But I still drink it. But yeah, you can see the image quality is pretty good. Yeah, now he gets a coffee because he drank the water. Again, this is 2018 before this whole stuff we have now. But again, the video quality is really good. It really is good. There's somebody standing there. This was recorded with the same camcorder as I'm recording this with right now. I have a 4K camera, but this camcorder generally just records video a lot better, so I tend to use it. Now I'll demonstrate the subtle search. So you can see, you can go through the video, and you can go through here and do like that. Go fast forward, rewind. I love the clunking noises this thing makes. You get pause, which isn't too good, but it works. Sometimes you can get it to look really good. But yeah, it's pretty good. Again, I boxed it out for the tape counter, so it doesn't work. One thing that's interesting, when you play a tape and go into tuner, this turns off. I kinda like that, that's kinda cool. Again, I cannot demonstrate recording because we have nothing hooked up. It does record, but there's a lot of noise in the video when it records. So it's not the greatest. But it's still pretty good. So yeah, it's a big beast. This thing weighs 10 kilograms. And you can see in there it's moving. So you know I'm not fooling you, it is moving. Ooh. So, yeah, again, color isn't the greatest, it's a bit muted. But yeah, this thing is just huge. It's pretty cool. I never thought I would have seen this thing work again, but as you can see, I do. I hope it will still work for years to come. And of course I will do that as a question, but I'm just hoping and praying that it will do so. And, yeah. That's about everything. The antenna connector is hooked up to the VCR down there, and then the AV output of that VCR is hooked up to the AV input of that TV, if anyone is wondering. But yeah, I would thank you all for watching, and I hope that we will see us in a future video again very soon. So thanks for watching.